Today I decided to take off the cross ram injection from the LS1 over there. What I had to do was work out a way of how to port all the vacuum lines of each of these cross ram manifolds into one main port. So I've got this port connector here, and I'll show you what I do with that a little bit later. But what I have to do is I have to drill and tap out, I don't know where you can see, drill and tap out every one of these cross rams on the bottom. So these fit together that way on the car. On the engine, when you take them off, you can kind of lay them down this way. I got this orientation, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I actually port these up, I can just not put them on the engine pretty easily. So what I've decided to do is show you what I've got planned here. So I checked out the Aeroflow catalogue, and I found these Aeroflow. They're 1/8 thread, 90 degrees to 1/4 nylon line silver. So these take a nylon fuel vacuum pressure line. So what I did was I marked out and drilled and tapped all of these threads here. So you can see this first one here on both sides will start with a elbow, because that's what you see at the front of the engine. I've just got to be careful how I start it, because it's aluminium on aluminium. I don't want to cross thread it at all. These band-aids on my finger here. Got a bit of a cut on my finger there. There you go, it's starting now. It's not starting now. This one here will start. Yes, anyway. I'll have to check that thread on that one. So that's what the first one will be like. So I'm just connecting all 4 on one side and all 4 on the other side. So then I got these, they're called a 1/8 to 1/4 NPT T jewel. So they're 1/8 NPT thread on this end, and they're 1/4 inch. So it comes out at a fairly small hole there, you can see, but they're quarter lines that run from runner to runner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw all of these lines into the manifold. Start, bastard. Like this. I'll just show you quickly what I'm going to do. I don't actually have the nylon line yet, but that turns up on Tuesday. What I ordered through Wollongong Auto Parts. All arrived pretty quick, except they didn't send the nylon line. They sent a fuel line, which is no good for me. Can't hook the fuel line up to these push fits. They've got to be the correct 1/4 inch nylon hose. So what you can see here is, if I connect all these in here, once the nylon hose comes, it'll just push fit into that side and push fit into that side. I can measure the correct depth, get the hoses exactly what I need to, so it'll be short line, short line, short line, and then I'll get them down to this distribution block at the back here. It's going to have an orb reducer in one side here, and off to the side there I've purchased a map sensor block. My map sensor will go into it. So where my map sensor is, anyway, I can't find it right now. Yeah, so anyway, I've got two blocks there on the sides of the two sensors that head to the back of the engine will be ported up through this. So again, I'll show you what I'm doing with that later. I'll quickly connect up all of these, show you how it looks. Why would you start and the other one wouldn't start? As you can see, got a ton of Aeroflow fittings to make this work. I think in total in that box and these parts here, there was about $450, I think it might have been, somewhere around there, to purchase all the parts. So the initial price of the manifold and the whole cross ram injection stuff was about, I don't know, $1,200, somewhere around there. And then to buy the block, and to buy the other sensor blocks, and to buy these fittings, I mean, you can put some cheap ass brass fittings and a bit of rubber hose through these if you want it to look cheap and nasty. So I'm guessing if you want to do the job right, you buy the right stuff. And this to me looks like the right stuff. Last one, and I'll show you how it's going to look when it's sitting up there. And I'll sit it on the engine so you can see how it's going to look. And you don't see too much, like I mentioned. You just see the end of these two silver fittings there. So I'll be like that. This will be like this. I'll take it over the engine and put it on there, and I'll bring the camera over and show you. So what you'll see, I'll take it over and I'll show you. What you'll see at the front of the engine is pretty much that view. So right here you'll just see the end of these fittings sticking out here. So one sort of cross over and go around to this hose, and they sort of just weave their way past each other underneath. They're all pretty close to each other, as you can tell. But if I went further up here, it would hit the runner. If I went further down there, it would hit the block. So they've kind of got to weave their way around in hoses through the block there. Again, it's pretty difficult to make work. It's the only way I could really get it to work for me. So I'll show you what it's like once it's fully complete and it's all bolted back up. For now, I'll go and assemble that vacuum block assembly that I was telling you about. Just raise this back up again. Yep, I know I'm crap on the camera, but what do you do? Good on the tools, bad on the camera. Right, that should be enough. So, this, another Aeroflow product, this Aeroflow block, it's a distribution block 3x-6 orb and 2x-8 orb in silver. So here's my plan. I've got another pile of parts here. We'll get these out. I'll show you what the plan is. So, off one side of this, I have to run my vacuum line for my brake booster. So, I have to find that. Here it is, yeah. So, what I'll do with this one is I'll screw this one into this side here, because the direction that it sits, the way you can read it, and the way it's in the car, I guess you'll read the Aeroflow logo on the front. It's only just visible. If you don't want it visible, you can turn around and show a blank back. This will go to my brake booster. I have a dash 8 to dash 6. What do they call it? It's a female port, NPT port reducer. So one side of this goes dash 8 into the dash 8 port on the block. The other side of this will go, my other blocks that I bought are 1/8 NPT. So this line here is a 1/8 NPT fitting, male fitting. What I have then is I have a couple of dash 6 to 1/8 orb reducers. They're going to go in these two outside ports here. One there. Where's the other one? Here it is here. You can see what I'm talking about here. It's dash 6 to 1/8. On the other side over here, in the middle, I've got an extra port there. If I need to run some extra vacuum for something later, maybe if I need my regulator to be boost referenced or anything like that. So I'll just plug that off there now. That was a -6 low profile hex port plug. Then I have two of these 1/8 to 1/4 MPT nylon line connectors. So again, you can see the line. So when you push it in the end of here, you push it in and pull it and it locks. And if you push the little brass bit in the end there, you can pull the hose out pretty easily. So they're going in the front of this. I've got two of these for that reason. So you'll see it looked like that, and on the back of the block, those two other lines that come in will come off the back of each one of the manifold go into here. This side goes to my brake booster. This side goes to my map sensor. And what else we have to send it to? Whatever the other sensor was on the other side there. Anyway, I'll work that out. I'll tell you right now. Another sensor. Nice. Position sensor. What are these ones? They're not here. Oh, my AIC, my air inlet controller. Yeah, so that's this one, my AIC. So the block that I bought has that actual pattern shape on it. I'll buy a new one because it looks pretty ratty, but I'll use this for trialing it out. And that'll fit into another block, so there'll be sort of 3 blocks in a row. What I was really looking for was someone to make one big block that has plenty of ports in it, the AIC, map sensor all in one block in different directions, and the line for the brake booster would have been really handy, but can't seem to track that down. So if anyone wants to make one, I'd be interested in buying one. But yeah, that's what we got planned. So this will then go on the back of the engine over here. Somewhere around here, the 2 ports. Sorry, I didn't take you for a walk with me. I'll take you around and show you what I'm talking about. I could pause it, but like I said, I'm not much of a cameraman. So here on the back, where you can see these other ports sticking out here. Like I said, they're going to have to cross over a bit to get the porting correct. Probably better angle it that way. And this block will sit somewhere, I'll mount it somewhere in the back here. These hoses will come out, plug into here, brake booster run off to the brake booster. This side will go to my map sensor and my AIC sensor. And we should have this system up and running. Just need to wait for the hose to turn up. Once that hose turns up, I'll put the O-rings in, bolt these things down, and I'll get back to you on what the rest of it looks like. Again, thanks for watching. If you like what I did, hit the like button. You could subscribe to the channel if you like as well. If you want notifications, you can click on the link too. That'll send you notifications every time I upload a video. Pumped a few out this week so far. Got plenty more up my sleeve that I need to do, especially associated with this inlet manifold. So keep an eye out for more videos. I'll see you in the next one.